What happened while we were away, brought to you by the Globalists. The World Economic Forum's annual confab continued yesterday. We'll begin with Australian E-Safety Commissioner, whatever the heck that is, Julie Inman-Grant, on freedom of speech.
We are finding ourselves in a place where we have increasing polarization everywhere, and everything feels binary when it doesn't need to be. So I think we're going to have to think about a recalibration of a whole range of human rights that are playing out online, from freedom of speech to the freedom to, to be free from online violence.
Alibaba Group President J. Michael Evans says his company is developing ways to track very specific details about each consumer. Alibaba, by the way, is like the Asian Chinese version of Amazon.
We're developing, through technology, an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform? So, individual carbon footprint tracker. Stay tuned. We don't have it operational yet, but this is something that we're working on.
The Rebel News bumped into New York Times Deputy Managing Editor Rebecca Blumenstein to ask her why she's attending the meeting as an invited guest instead of as a member of the media.
How is the public meant to believe that the New York Times is here to actually ask the tough questions when you're here as an invited guest? How are people meant to rely on the mainstream media?
If you wouldn't mind, we're just having just if you could give us, thank you.
You don't want to explain to people why we should trust the mainstream media? No? Of course, no comment.
Stéphane Bancel, the CEO of Moderna, had this to say about his mRNA COVID jabs.
I'm in the process of throwing 30 million doses into the garbage because nobody wants them. We have a big demand problem.
Moving on, Pfizer announced recently it's preparing to begin pushing its COVID jabs for kids under the age of 5. In completely unrelated news, independent journalist Kyle Becker is reporting that all 16 runners who collapsed and the runner who died during the Brooklyn half marathon over the weekend said they had received the COVID jab. And now the definition of the word projection. Here's Dr. Anthony Fauci at the commencement ceremony for Princeton University.
If you take away nothing else from what I say today, I appeal to you. Please remember this. It is our collective responsibility not to shrug our shoulders and sink to a tacit acceptance of the normalization of untruths. Because if we do, lies become dominant and reality is distorted. And then truth means nothing, integrity means nothing, and facts means nothing.
The Archbishop of the San Francisco Archdiocese has banned Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi from participating in Holy Communion until she publicly repents of her stance on baby killing. Archbishop Salvatore Cordileone said in a statement Friday, quote, "I'm hereby notifying you that you are not to present yourself for Holy Communion, and should you do so, you are not to be admitted to Holy Communion until such time as you publicly repudiate your advocacy for the legitimacy of abortion and confess and receive absolution of this grave sin in the sacrament of penance," end quote. Noted Catholic scholar Whoopi Goldberg had some thoughts.
This is not your job, dude. That is not up to you to make that decision.
Kamala Gook update as the vice president reminds us once again our children belong to them.
When we talk about our children, I know for this group, we all believe that when we talk about the children of the community, they are children of the community.
A hack of police computers in the Xinjiang region of China have reportedly revealed evidence of thousands of Uyghurs being detained in re-education camps, shoot-to-kill orders from police, as well as documented demands from Chinese dictator Xi Jinping to build new re-education camps because the current ones are overcrowded. The hacked documents were posted on the website XinjiangPoliceFiles.com in conjunction with Dr. Adrian Zenz of the Victims of Communism Memorial Foundation. And finally, today is another primary day in 5 states, including Texas and Georgia. The latter state, you may remember, enacted new voting laws last year, which the left called Jim Crow 2.0. Major League Baseball pulled their All-Star game out of Atlanta over the matter. Well, today, election officials across the state are reporting a record-breaking turnout of voters. And that's what happened while we were away.